Test 1, Test 2. We are coming on the air in 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. So we are back. We have successfully completed our entire first lap around the week of streaming, and we are back here for our second run at a Monday. This is episode 7, as we play through The Last of Us Part 2 here at Quarters Without Borders. If any of you are just joining us for the first time, we'll be explaining kind of how this whole setup works, and then we'll be diving into our gameplay. All right. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11 a.m., so we're going to go ahead and start. This is Quarters Without Borders. We've made it 1 full week, which is super exciting. The premise of this channel is to take something that I'm pretty passionate about, gaming, whether it's video gaming or board gaming, tabletop gaming, anything, something that kind of allows people to come together and tell a story or a narrative, and share that passion with the world, and at the same time give a little bit back to different causes. So if anyone remembers the old arcades of yesteryear, you would go in, you wanted to play a game, you'd toss in a quarter and play as long as you can. If you failed or had to retry, well, there goes another quarter. So that's kind of the same thing that we're bringing here. We're playing through The Last of Us Part 2 this month, and every time I fail, I donate another 25 cents to a charity. And in this case, we're donating to the United Way of Central Ohio. So far, after 1 week of playing, we have donated about $16.75. To make things a little more interesting, of course, we are playing on the hardest available difficulty out of the box. So there's quite a learning curve associated with it. We're just coming off of Saturday's stream, which was our first long play stream. If you haven't seen that, you should be able to catch it up on Twitch if you're viewing this sometime close to the live date, or if not, check it out on Quarters Without Borders at my YouTube channel, where it'll be archived. We made quite a bit of progress, and we should be just outside of a television station, I believe, on our hunt for this woman named Leah, who might have whereabouts on the rest of the WLF. So that's where we're going to be picking up today, hopefully making it to the television station and confronting Leah and seeing where things go. Just one other note worth making, especially if you have been following us for this last week. We did switch over to new software as of Saturday, and I think the consensus is that was a great choice. Everything's running so much smoother. We are trying a slightly different thing today. Not only am I streaming, and I'm, pardon my gaze here, I keep switching over to make sure everything's running fine, but we are streaming live, and at the same time, I'm recording a hard copy or a master copy onto my workstation. So hopefully this won't hog up too many resources. I know this is kind of where things started to bog down with the last software we used, so bear with me if we have any difficulties today. Looking at the resource monitors, things don't actually seem to be running that much hotter than they were previously. So fingers crossed, and it'll make eventually the post-production and the uploading to YouTube later a lot simpler. But here we are at the main menu. Gonna continue our story. And we will load the checkpoint, but just for reference sake here, I do tend to make a manual save. So you can see after about 1 week, we are a little over 17.5 hours into this game. Now, I do tend to play a little slower. I'm streaming. This is my first time doing something like this. I do like to explore a lot. I'm very thorough at the game. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm actually adding somewhat interesting commentary at the things I'm observing as we go along. I did go through school and study, not necessarily game design specifically, but art and technology. And there was a large emphasis on game design, programming, the art side of things. So if I can add, my interesting 2 cents to the gameplay as we go, that is all the more pleasure on my end. But 14 hours. The consensus online is this game takes about 30 hours to complete. Now, granted, that's probably on the normal difficulty. I have a feeling that we're only in chapter 2. As you can see up there, Seattle day 1. And we're already about 15 hours into the game. So we have quite a ways to go. I have a feeling we're going to shoot well past that 30-hour mark. And not only have a good time, but hopefully raise some funds for the United Way. So we're here. If you're just joining us, we're here 5 minutes after the hour. We're playing for an hour and a half today. We will be live streaming at 11 a.m. Monday through Thursday this week. And there will be no long play this Saturday. That is an every other week occurrence. So this week, the live views will be Monday through Thursday. Monday through Thursday. Make sure I said that right. And then, of course, archived video after the fact, coming out 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday. So without further ado, let's jump in and see if we can make some progress today. We left off, I know we just cracked into a safe. We're finding these murals. I don't recall what the woman's name was, but there's definitely a woman figure that seems to be this leader of maybe this, my conjecture is it's a splinter organization off the WLF. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and check out the other videos, because there's a lot of nuance to the narrative that we've been uncovering as we've been going. Looking at the data over there, we are running a little hotter than usual, but it should be well within, I guess, what I would consider safe operating limits. If you are watching, I just want to make sure everything's running smoothly. You can hear me, audio is clear, lighting is fine. Hopefully the sync between the audio and the video is still spot on. That was one issue that resolved itself very well just by switching over to newer software. Good morning, Flanagan. Sound and looks good so far. That is great to hear. Hope you had a good Sunday. Here we go. Kind of where we left off. We just jumped off of that guy. And we're back here again. Quick take of the inventory. 7 rounds for the hunting rifle, 4 rounds for the shotgun, 7 rounds for my silenced semi-automatic pistol, and then 5 rounds from Joel's revolver. Thank you, I did. It was a pretty solid weekend. It was relaxing. It was surprising, actually.
More of this stuff. Huh.
Surprising how taxing streaming actually was on Saturday. You wouldn't think sitting and commentating on a game for an afternoon or an evening would be that exhausting, but it was a lot more effort than I anticipated. Not that I would say it was necessarily the hardest thing I've ever done, but when you're in a tiny little cramped studio and you have like a million electronic devices running, and then you're just like sweating, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this all day, and by the way, I'm not eating for 24 hours. It definitely took a lot more of a toll out on me than I anticipated. Thing is, I'm feeling pretty refreshed right now. We got an exciting week ahead, although I think it's supposed to be 90 degrees here in Columbus today, which is a little bit outside my tolerance. Alright, we have more Claymore tripwires. So I don't think we'll be going from this side of the truck. It's like a garbage truck. It seems for the most... Ooh, we have a little area we can shimmy under there. And that's a tripwire right there, so... That's probably the most well-disguised one. I think we're going to have to shimmy... Interesting. So we have a WLF symbol here. And it looks as if it was spray painted over top of another symbol. And... They've been referring to a group called the Scars a lot, and I'm not sure if this maybe is their symbol. It looks kind of like a helix, like a double helix, almost like a DNA thing with a cross through the middle. So we may be stumbling upon like a turf war, or the history of a turf war. Of course, it is a puddle. Can you imagine how cold that would be? That water just straight down the front of your jacket. Looks like we have a clearing to the left. I think Dina is pushing me out of the way right now. Little postal van. As long as we're observant, the tripwire shouldn't cause us too much trouble. And they've done a good job of helping slow down the enemies.
There's a TV station.
There it is. We are getting close.
I don't think we can get around this one.
Well,
Hang
I bet
on.
we could throw something.
Oh, easy. Well, how else were we gonna get through?
Well,
You think someone heard that? It was pretty loud. Keep your eyes peeled.
but there's a good chance if they did hear it. Is this in Skyrim about your traveling partner? That's hilarious. I don't know if I actually even made it far enough in Skyrim to have a traveling partner, but that's pretty cool. I'm glad I wasn't standing too close to that. Have you heard, speaking of Skyrim, I saw an article, I believe it was on Kotaku, but it was referring to a streamer, and I think she goes by the title, I apologize if this is wrong, but I think she goes by the title of Skyrim Grandma, and it's this older lady, sweet as pie, but she's playing through, like, long playing Skyrim, and she's live streaming it. And out of just curiosity from that article, I went and took a peek, and it was, like, very entertaining. One, she was a lot better at Skyrim or just video games in general, than I would give credit to a lot of people her generation, simply because they probably didn't grow up with gaming, and especially handling something like a first-person view or third-person view like you can with Skyrim, and kind of the, I don't know what you call it, two-axis controls? Wow. Dina, be careful. Where you have one thing to control movement, one thing to control your perspective, your line of sight. Like, a lot of people have difficulty with that, especially if you don't have a lot of a background in gaming. But I was impressed. She did a very good job of it. Well, let's clear out another thing here. I don't know if I have to throw it at the bottom. Dina, you're standing right in the danger zone. Let's see if we can throw it at the claymore, which I'm sure is over there somewhere. Dang. Well, lucky you didn't trip that one, too. No, it absolutely was awesome. Like, if she's still streaming, I would strongly encourage you to go check her out. It's very entertaining, very relaxing. And, I don't know, it just shows that gaming and good narrative can really transcend generations. It's humans. It's a human being thing. It's got nothing to do with video games, per se. So the America's Got Talent. I'm going to go on a limb and say this wasn't to do with gaming, though. What was her talent that she was displaying? Man, look at those leaves. That's pretty cool. Well, we have quite the impenetrable fence wall thing looking here. Let's see what we can do about it. She was a bodybuilder. Oh, man. That would be intense. And, I mean, that stuff is actually usually very impressive. The people that have been doing it their entire life. That is something that I would aspire to be like someday. Wow, we have quite the tripwires to navigate here. There's 2 in a row. There is another brick. Oh, there's quite a few bricks. See, and this once again is the case, I think, of the game being a little too generous. Oh, one did it.
We're not being subtle right now. Maybe Leah will come to us. Yeah. Or they might be waiting to ambush us.
I mean, we're destroying a lot of their ordnance right now. And Dina, I think you're on the wrong side of that fence, girl. One explosion, they could probably write off as a zombie. But now they're hearing repeated explosions. And who knows, Tommy would have to have come through this way. Although maybe not specifically this route. They may be ready for a little defense.
Need to get in there.
Well, I have a feeling we'll be going this way. Over that conveniently placed hole in the fence. Gotta be ready for anything, though. It seems we've been
There it
one
is.
step.
Stay low.
Seems we've been one step behind them. Basically every step of the way.
Feels empty.
And for
I
example,
don't buy it. You see a way in? Not yet.
For example, the Saravina Hotel. Like, we'd got there just a hair too late. Okay. Now, I don't know if you were supposed to see that, but... yeah, these are absolutely prime sniper spots. I mean, I think it was worth investing in the scope, because now I can scope things out. But that definitely is what I would say is a dead lookout. Looks like a person laying over on what was some sort of sniper perch. So I have a feeling that they are either no longer here, we just missed them yet again, or they're currently being besieged. But I think we would hear more noise. But just noticing that, somebody got to them. I don't think we have too much to worry about. Looks like there might be a stairway. Maybe. I see some barbed wire to the right. And that's the investment in the scope and why that was important. I would hope we're close enough that we're not going to have to worry about running into more tripwires. But just in case, let's keep our eyes peeled. I mean, this place certainly looks reinforced, and I doubt the WLF did this. Maybe Fedra, considering the vehicles that are around here. This was a outpost or a base. Got a generator. Some sort of item. I got 2 med kits, which is promising. Well, we're not getting up that way. We got at some parts from that generator. We get our flashlight on. It's starting to get a little dark in here. We do have a loading door, and that may be a way in.
Maybe we could climb up?
Well, I don't know if climb up's necessary. We can get into the loading door. Nope. I guess we will not be getting into the loading door. Got ventilations. Maybe. Maybe we could make that jump. We could get on that one pretty easily. Or if we do the whole buddy system, where Dina kind of gives me a boost, that would certainly be easy enough. And I think we've just got an overgrown area of trees over here. Nothing really of use that I can tell. Well, let's start climbing. And the place is locked down and sealed. Well, they have those really neat kind of like modern circle lamps. Alright, we're getting actually pretty high up here. We may have been able to go up this way. I don't know. That jump might be a bit much. Either way, we are up here now. And I was rethinking my timetable. Because this is still considered Seattle Day 1. So even though we did get knocked unconscious, there's no way we're waking up in the following day. So my question still stands. How does the sunlight tie into this? Because it really only rationally made sense, at least the way I was working through it. Ooh, stuff went down here. If it was the next day and the sun was rising, but it's not. I'm under the impression it's the same day. But maybe not. It still doesn't make sense because it was starting to rain and the storm clouds were coming. And I mean, that does look like storm clouds over there. Maybe it passed, but nothing here seems significantly wet. So I feel like it has to have been a second day already, even though this is all considered part of Seattle Day 1. And maybe we're looking at it as the first 24 hours in Seattle, not necessarily the first, what we consider day. Either way, that's just a long way of saying trying to go by the map is a little confusing if I'm using the sun for guidance.
Fuck.
Which?
It's brutal. Tommy do this? Let's get inside.
I mean, I feel like that's just a dead person. What are you looking at, Dina? And I feel like we've done a lot worse and seen a lot worse to dead people. No, I mean, he does seem to be pretty beat up. And there's no sign of a gun, so it was either taken or this guy was defenseless when he went down. Either way, it would be wise to move with caution. Now this guy has an arrow. Arrow to the gut. Dang. That's one way to go, I guess. But yeah, going back to this whole time of day thing, we do have a rope we can shimmy. Maybe that's what she was looking at. I don't know if they actually, considering the detail that I've seen so far in the game, I feel like they probably would have done this, and maybe I'm just analyzing it wrong. But the artists responsible for creating the skybox and determining time of day for these levels, I wonder if they took that into consideration in reference to the map and how you're exploring downtown Seattle. Well, we got more casualties. I have a feeling this is going to be just like the Saravina Hotel all over again. Maybe a few rogue zombies that have snuck in. Maybe through a back entrance, considering those trip mines are all still in good shape. Break every one but the one I wanted you to break. There we go. So Flanagan, how does your week look? Nice and busy, I imagine. Or any adventures coming up?
Fuck. Be careful.
We got another axe. And if you know me, I am a big fan of these axes. Let's, I'd like to upgrade it, but I'm noting here that it restores its weapon to full durability. So, actually, let's see if I can use the axe a few times. Then we'll upgrade it. We can get more longevity out of it. Nice. It is 4th of July weekend. That's exciting. Ooh, we are actually pretty high up here, aren't we? Well, I wish you safe travels, especially with everything going on right now, you know, coronavirus related. Hopefully, if you guys are going out and doing things, there are things to go out and do. And not a ton of people to spread coronavirus. Either way, it should be a good time, though. It's important to still kind of get those little slices of life. And I can't believe it's 4th of July already. But that also means it's my father's birthday. My father's birthday's on the 5th. That's just around the corner. Oh, nice. Going camping? Are you going like hardcore traditional camping? Like no electricity? Or like camper camping? Because I read somewhere in this, I don't know how widespread this is, but I read something about the only camping options that are available are like camper style options. They're not allowing traditional camping. But I could be wrong. Oh, so it's that campground. Okay, cool. And yeah, I'll be going up, pay my folks a visit, see my father for a little bit for the birthday. Alright, we got a little vent we can climb up in that way. Probably get in this locked door, I imagine. I know it was just, Father's Day was just around the corner. Or, can you still say that way? Just around the corner, if it just happened? So I was up, I think, a weekend ago? This door is not locked. But it is just a service closet. But it'll be nice to see him again for a bit. Right, we're gonna loot while we can. And I guess we'll try to make it in the other room. Oh wow, just jump right. Whoa. No, we're a little late. If someone had time to do this. And I mean, Tommy's brutal, but that's a lot of time. Oh, nice. It's like, what do they call it? Christmas in July? All of a sudden, just like celebrating all these things together. That'll be a fun weekend. That's pretty legit. Production level television.
Holy. This is definitely not Tommy.
Oh yeah. And there's that symbol again. That double helix with the flash through it.
I don't know. But it's a message.
Well, I have a feeling we're not going to find Leah.
I hope not. Keep your eyes open.
if it just happened, and this was that splinter group, the Scars, I believe they've been referring to them as, and they were in the area, they would have heard us tripping those bombs. Excessive indeed. I mean, I get the idea if it's a message or a warning. But they would have heard the trip mines, and they probably would assume that this is just an outpost, so they probably would assume that those are, like, more wolves coming to get them. So they've probably skedaddled way out of here. At least that's what I would have done. So we should be safe. But then again, I don't think you want to base your survival odds on shoulds. Heard some crows.
Is that graffiti again? Who are these guys? Someone else the WLF fucked with. Well, they seem fucking deranged.
Well, let's see if they left anything. Junk. Good thing I can use junk. I think we're good. I don't see anybody. Man. Like that. Oh my gosh. Like that person was gutted. And I'm pretty sure those are their intestines hanging out. My gosh, they were all gutted. Although, of the 4 people hanging... yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. The enemy of my friend kind of thing. Oh my gosh. And they're like dripping. Ugh. None of, if it's just those 4, none of them look like the girl that we're here looking for. So she may still be alive. Although how helpful that's going to be to us, I don't know. But looks like we have our situation of just yet another group of people that are only focused on revenge. I mean, this whole world is just a cycle of endless violence. This is like a Shakespearean play all of a sudden. There's a symbol again. I wonder if we can cut them down. Probably not. Well, they've certainly left a lot of oh, I guess we're not going through those doors. There's certainly a lot of staircases in this room. And we can't seem to be able to push that, so maybe there's no climbing. And that's the way we came in. So let's go up, see what we can do. I imagine they probably ransacked all of this stuff, but it's worth a quick once over. Maybe some dialogue. Ooh, there is a shimmy spot. Just remember that. I don't want to go through there in case that does trigger something and lead us into the next area. Anything? Tape. It's always good. I think I have a brick. I don't need a bottle. No notes. Talk about screens. They had a lot of TVs in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I I'm assuming it's a candy bar. I've gotten a few of those this game. I don't know for sure, though.
Follow me.
Dina just say follow me? Yeah. Is the game assuming that I'm lost right now? Because I'm not. I don't want to follow you, Dina. I'm taking my time. I understand you are an impatient person. There's the shimmy spot. Let's just do it. Da-da-da-da. Shimmy in. Oh, that wasn't even a shimmy. That was just like a barge. I'm not lost. I am just...
Come on, Ellie. Let's go.
No, Dina, let's not go. Right? I know you don't have a trading card collection to complete. Nor do you probably care. But I do. And you never know. There could have been like an intern here that was really big into these trading cards. And just left them all lying around. So we have some equipment. Like survival equipment.
Let's get moving.
We will. I think maybe you're nervous, Dina. You just don't feel comfortable being here. Because really, you've seen Ellie do a lot worse specifically. Like the Maggie thing. I have 2 medkits, a Molotov, the stun bomb that I found, and then 3 trip mines. So I'm actually pretty well loaded right now. I've got a lot of equipment. And this is back down behind the set.
It's this way.
I know it's this way. Just relax, will ya? I'm not lost. I'm just taking it all in. We should be getting... Oh, there's the person that we spotted
Another
before.
body up there.
You just not noticed it? Because I'm pretty sure I pointed that out when we first arrived, Dina. Or are you just not listening to me when I speak? And that looks like a thing we can shimmy over to get in that sniper window. Ooh, they were hit with a bow and arrow too. The bow's broken.
Shit.
And there's...
I don't like this. We're too exposed.
We have to search all of it. I want to find Leah.
Just be careful.
Is it just me? I mean, I've never actually seen I've never been to Seattle. I've never seen trees like this. But those trees look a little thick to be swaying the way they are. I mean, my reality sense here just seems that just looks a little odd. I mean, I dig the trees are going to be swaying, but like with how thick those trunks are, I don't know. That just seems a little off. Yeah, let's hope that there's no one in this room. They could just light us up. That wouldn't be terrifying. Although, technically, it's really not that far down. Well, no, that's what I'm saying, actually. The tops should be thin, but look at how, like, look at this guy. Like, it's not just the top, though. Like, the whole tree is swaying. Maybe it's just the animation. Maybe they just kind of made the trees do this, rather than kind of be more like bendy straws. Like, the trees need to work on their isolation and Cuban motion. is basically what I'm getting at. Just a little too stiff looking. Man. Now that looks like maybe that could be a Leah. It wasn't Joel, but this is like quite the battle. Or maybe that's Leah. Another arrow to the gut. We got shotgun. Shotgun ammo. Let's not go through there. I'm assuming if I would have found Leah, they would have commented, though. What do you get? 1 round, 2 rounds? That's good. Take that. I feel like those binoculars would come in handy. And that is like the largest buckle. Like, if you refer to the size of the buckle to the size of the package, that buckle is gigantic. I think this lamp design is going to go down in history as like the lamp of the 20th century. It's everywhere. I mean, I even have one. I have one in my living room. Is that a trading? Look at that trading card. See? So again, you got a lamp too, just like that. Everyone. I would be surprised if someone didn't have that lamp or hadn't owned it at one point. Kimamila? That bear's eye, it's like glinting. All their eyes are glinting. Kimamela. Real name, Kimamela Green. Brains 80, Brawn 60, affiliation Society of Champions. After her family lost their house to greedy developers, young scientist Kimamela Green's public protests fell on deaf ears. Frustrated, she turned her research in animal behavior into a means of political action. Many late nights at the lab culminated in a device that allows her to telepathically communicate with animals. Now, as a member of the Society of Champions, Kimamela brings her animal allies to places around the world where civil strife and avarice threaten to force people from their homes. And when evildoers don't listen to her, she lets her animals do the talking. She is a hero. I like how that trading card, that's the favorite one. I don't know. That does not trump Astral Blue Whale. Like, flying alien blue whale to me is going to be hands down very difficult to beat. But I like how that trading card was in this room. Like, this is like a corporate office. Like, of all the other offices that look like maybe they're meeting rooms or, you know, two or three people to a room, this is like one executive suite. He has his own 20th century lamp. And he even has like all these little sound, like these are lights, those ones. But these are like the sound absorbing panels, which I guess is a TV studio, but the fact that the trading card was in this gentleman's room or this lady's room. All right, what's behind door number 2? Staircase. If you'd have given me 3 guesses what was behind door number 2, I would not have guessed staircase. Although it's only one staircase. Well, there's blood going over to the right. There must not be enemies in that room, since you just jumped in there and turned your back on everybody.
You hear that? The wood is
Arrow to the knee. Well, that's not really knee. Almost Skyrim reference.
Psst, this way.
I don't know if I hear anything. And I think this is probably where the advantage of wearing headphones would come in. Because I don't want to turn the volume up so much. Excuse me. Thank you. That line well, the arrow to the knee line. Ooh, there is a note. Maybe someone scrawled what happened while they were being attacked. Rue, a little bird, told me those scars you brought in from the coast talked. I heard Isaac is quite impressed with you. I know you've been having doubts, but you've got to power through right now. Show him what happened at the coast wasn't a one-off, and you'll be set for life. Think about how few people get this chance. I'm proud of you, Dad. Man, apparently, just Splinter Group Rebellion runs in the family here. Because Rue and her father clearly were part of the WLF. Supplements. I feel like I want to make like a vitamin commercial advertising these supplements and like the ridiculous range of things that they can do for you. Ooh, more revolver ammo. Still have more for the silenced pistol, so we're gonna stick with that for the moment. Like, have you ever seen like those Centrum commercials, or I don't know, just your daily vitamin commercials? I want like a spoof of that. Except the abilities are things insane, like move faster while listening to your enemies. Or take your vitamins in order to craft more smoke bombs. Things like that. This is the last room. Ooh, that is probably her, I imagine.
That's her.
3 arrows.
Leah.
And there's a radio.
You sure?
Yes.
Fine print side effects, exactly.
Guess the universe really wanted her dead, huh?
I don't know if we'll live long enough in this game to experience said side effects.
There's nothing on her.
Oh, so now we look in the duffel bag. We've come across so many of these duffel bags in the game that have been left unopened.
This is 2. Do you copy? 6. Acknowledge. Over.
Those trading cards? Oh no, those are pictures. I was like,
Tina.
gold mine. 6, this is
That's
2.
all of them.
2 is this outpost.
Hey, wait. That's near Jackson.
Look at their fucking smiles.
Abby and Owen.
That's her. That's the one who killed him.
Three down, right?
3 down.
6. This is 2. Do you copy? Support Unit India en route to the TV station.
Uh-oh.
Repeat. Support
Shit.
Unit India en route.
Yeah, we should
Over.
get going.
Can we like pull a
Well,
Harrison Ford here
she's dead.
and just be like, negative,
How do you
negative?
feel?
Then remember that
Guess we
from
can talk to her.
Yeah,
the first Star Wars movie?
but she didn't hurt Joel.
Just the weapons
It would've been
malfunction.
pretty fucked up to
We're
make him
all right up here. How are you?
She traveled hundreds of miles to torture him. I don't care whether she held the club or not.
I get it.
You want to find somewhere to hole up? Look over Leah's stuff?
For sure. Let's head deeper into downtown. We'll find a building to secure.
Wait, time out. Look over her stuff. One, you just said she didn't have any stuff. I'm guessing this is home base. She didn't have any stuff. And the 3 things we took from her were just photographs. Well, hopefully we're going to get out here before India gets here, because they just started talking about how India was on their way. And unless they're really, really close, we should be okay for a hot minute. The thing is, where are we going to go? Because there haven't been any other options as far as that I've been able to see. As far as, you know, you can go this way. Do we jump?
Shit.
Oh, really? They're here already? Where? I'm confused. Like, are they down in the...
Cutting them down.
Oh, cutting them down. Okay. So they're in this room.
What the fuck is cutting them down gonna do now? Go!
What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. And that one that was just running, number 4, he looked pretty heavily armored. Maybe 5. Well, cutting them down is all first floor. I don't think they can get up that way behind us. So we do have a pretty good spot we're in right now.
Look out, over there.
Over where? Oh, okay.
It's there! There! There!
What? I thought they couldn't get behind us. Apparently I'm wrong. Did Dina just get shot?
Push in!
Roger that!
Did you see her eyes?
You're not getting out
They
of
just
here!
like open up when she got. Oh, it broke! Whoa, she got a machete.
Behind you!
Shut up!
Get him, Dina. I guess I have a machete now. Dang, okay, so that was a lot less stealthy than I had initially had planned on that actually going. If we can, let's fix up this machete though. Load it up with some scissors or something.
Right here!
Oh, shoot.
Push forward!
Get down, get down, get down. I have the shotgun. Shoot, shoot it. Done. I'm getting, okay, I'm gonna die right now because I'm gonna say this, but I'm getting good at this. Okay, can I get close? Dina, I need you to distract him. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Bandage.
Over here! Please, please,
Oh, man.
please, don't!
You better talk then.
All right, just... You don't have to do this.
Oh,
Please.
feels.
Oh, God, please. Take it easy. Just take it easy.
Take what?
Fuck this.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Come on, I was gonna let you
And
go.
he's still standing?
I don't think so.
It didn't even have any ammo in it. That gun is empty. Look at that. There's no
I hear
ammo even
more.
in that gun, and she
This
pointed
way.
out.
Come on.
Here I thought by not killing her, she was going to give me something kind of cool. Thank you. My aim, I feel like, has actually... I don't know if it's improved. Maybe I just got lucky. I only shot twice. But I did manage to get that guy with the shotgun. Dang, she got messed up. Like, I gotta say, that combat encounter, for how many guys there were, actually went a lot better than I anticipated. Because we cleared all of them out, and that wasn't even a casualty. I think I hear more, though. Oh, no, that's in real life. There's people outside. What do I do? Do I build up another silencer, or do I build another medkit? Probably the medkit. That's what's probably going to be more useful right now. Like, that fight went about as well as I kind of imagined it in my mind. Maybe I'm at max ammo, so I can't carry any more ammo from the shotgun, because I assume he's probably had ammo. I don't know. If I have the option to upgrade capacity, that'll have to be my next upgrade. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. I wonder if that was India company or India team or whoever they were sending, or if that was just a patrol that just happened to be here. I don't know if I should use another med pack or not. I mean, Ellie seems pretty bloody right now, so I did just use one. Stay in cover.
Shit! There!
Oh man, they're above us.
Ellie, come on!
Move it!
Follow me!
Got them!
Oh my gosh.
Ellie, through this window!
Come on. Oh gosh. Keep going. Keep going. Just jump. Run.
Oh, fuck! Tina, we gotta run!
Oh my gosh, you got a jeep.
Over there!
Are they with the store?
I don't know, just shoot them!
Don't stop!
We have time to
We gotta
heal?
lose them!
Maybe not. Go, 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 go! Well, I got my heal off. Side by side.
Get ahead!
Oh,
To the right, to the right.
No! Ah,
Door.
Tina!
Need to get in?
All right. It'll work for now. Keep going.
Find a way in.
So I'm gonna save that last med pack for when I really need it. But I feel like India company just got here. And I probably kind of feel like
Spores ahead. Masks.
Okay.
great. Oh, that's not good. Because they're going to be hunting for us. Hopefully, the spores makes it difficult. Spores make it difficult for them to follow us. No, it's actually pretty interesting that they're able to... Like, I mean, this is like fine dust. Granted, you can see it, but... to have been trained, like, constantly so that you are on the lookout for spores and you don't accidentally run into them. Like, I'd be wearing a mask all the time. I would never take it off.
We gotta keep moving.
Wow, look at this. This is like a person. I'm assuming they just, like, hit critical spore mass and now just turned into this massive spore wall. That's really kind of gross. It reminds me, if anyone's ever seen Annihilation, the movie from a couple years back with Natalie Portman in it, when they find that first dead guy from like Oscar Isaac's squad, This is what it reminds me of, how he's like just turned into a big mushroom. Well, the last thing I need is to deal with not only WLF, but scars at the same, not scars, but zombies at the same time. Man, look at this, it's just this massive wall of fungus. So I did go a little wild there. That could be what happens after stage 4 infection, you know? I haven't really seen, I don't think, anything like this quite before, where there's clearly a character that was there, and yet now they are this massive mass of biofungus. But I definitely shot like 4 or 5 rounds at the people on the balcony above us before it was like, oh, I don't think we can actually win this fight, let's run. So my surplus of ammo really evaporated quickly.
I hope there's a way through. I thought they had us. I know.
It was pretty close, and we're not out of the woods yet, so. Shimmy in.
Ellie.
Oh, shoot. Well, I'm pretty sure we're above it. Well, let's hope the WLF run into that.
God damn it.
And there they are. 3, I believe. Yeah, I just see 3 of them.
So which is it? Are they scars or trespassers?
What are you, deaf? Joe clearly said that...
Clickers.
Ooh, clickers.
The fuck do these trespassers matter? Scars just lynched that whole unit. We should just leave them down here for the infected to eat.
You like them? That's reasonable.
You hear they got Jordan too? No. Fuck.
Can we get the clicker over here to deal with them? Because that would be awesome. Oh, there's 4. I mean, and a few of them look like they have some heavy-duty guns. One, 2, 3. Still count 4. I have a feeling there might be 5 though. Oh, man, if they both come over here, I'm gonna be screwed. Oh, walking away. Whew, that was close. That was too close. Let's slip over to the side building. Oh, clicker right there. Wow, this, oh my gosh. That's another clicker. There's 2 clickers literally in this room that I'm standing in right now. Like, if there's a way to get these folks to just interact, that'd be fantastic. Because if I can get the clickers out there to deal with the, like, the WLF, I could try to kill the clickers. Like, I could just try to solo all of this. We're going to kill the clickers, and then we're going to kill all the WLF soldiers. Or I could try to play them against one another, which I think would be super cool. So let's see if I can sneak past this clicker. If I can throw a brick out there, I might be able to actually get the clicker to run over there. At which point it will no longer be my problem. Go for it. Go, clicker, go. Yes! Oh, they're both going. This is amazing. Oh, there's soldiers in here now, though.
The trespassers are here too!
The clickers aren't going after us, though. Clickers are literally just chasing the guys. This is amazing. It's like one of those, like, I don't know what that little comedy is like. There's like the hallway with like the 4 doors, and the people are just like running back and forth. It's like do 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 do. That's exactly what this feels like right now. Because these soldiers don't even know we're here. Neither do the clickers. Like they are just engaging themselves. That clicker's chasing that guy pretty good.
The fucking trespassers are here too!
Exactly. Yeah, Scooby-Doo, right? I mean, I'm thinking of like I'm pretty sure they did like a live action thing, but that. Oh, do you see that happening out there? That clicker just got that dude. I mean, you could hear him as he died. I do feel a little guilty having instigated all of this. Oh. Gosh. Well, that's 2 down, at least. I hear more people screaming. I think that's another person. I think the clickers just won. I don't know how many there were, maybe 2 at least. With all the commotion, though, they definitely woke up all the clickers. So we'll just move in and clean up what's left. And honestly, I do think the clickers won, which is surprising. Considering how many soldiers there were. And there are still 2 clickers. 3 clickers, oh my gosh. Of course, it's coming over to deal with us now. 3 clickers is going to make things a problem. Well, let's make that 2 clickers. I can't believe, we kind of, 4 soldiers? 5 soldiers? That they weren't able to handle clickers. I mean, there was, granted, 3 of them at least. But their AI just might not have been able to handle it. Well, I know there's at least 3 dead out in this room, so we're gonna have to make our way over there and see what we can do about them. This one should be pretty easy to. Oh, it's walking away from us. And where the other one is, I'm not sure. They sound so irritated. They absolutely sound irritated. I mean, they were just sleeping. And of course, I threw a brick and just instigated everything. So there's 2 of them over there. I am surprised. I don't think the soldiers actually managed to get any of them. That one sounded pretty close. I don't think the soldiers got any of them. I think they all got killed. Well, that one kind of is patrolling this area now, so I can get that pretty smoothly, I feel. I'm just super jazzed that I was able to play them against each other with that 1 brick throw. It led that clicker out there, and then just sit back and let everything just play out. That was so entertaining. I wonder what that is. A light, perhaps? We got 2 clickers. They're separated. This is body number 2. There's body number 3. That's the one I saw from a distance. It's a little wider of a train station than I initially imagined. Well, let's get this one next. Oh, it's going away. There's at least 3 corpses. I know there were at least 4 soldiers. The question is, where did the 4th person bite the dust at? Because they do have ammo, and it's useful. Whoa, I thought that was a clicker. Whew, was a little spike in the heart right there. Got a board. That'll be useful. Nice. Slowly equipping stuff. Feel pretty comfortable exploring the side rooms. Clickers seem to be pretty far away. Emergency schedule update. Station destinations limited to end of line only. Operation hours will be reduced until further notice. Please report any suspicious behavior immediately. Well, you can see that they were starting to deal with the ramifications. Save Mother Earth. Plant a tree. Hey, Mr. Magana. Welcome. We got about another like 20-25 minutes left. We went to the TV station, give a quick update. We escaped from the TV station when India squad came upon us, and we ran into the subway. And we just jumped in the subway where there were a force of WLF and a force of clickers. And what just happened was I was able to throw a brick to alert the clickers, and then just triggered all chaos. So the WLF and the clickers ended up battling each other as we just hid and waited it out. All the WLF are gone. The clickers won. And there are still 2 left. I've managed to take out one of them so far, but there are still 2 remaining. So it's just trying to figure our way through the remaining clickers. And there's our last... Oh, shoot. And there's our last soldier. Turn around, please. This one's pretty far gone. It's very fungus. You know, it's paying off. It's taken a while. The amazing thing is, we've been through 2 encounters now. I guess this is encounter number 2. And I'm gonna jinx it, but haven't had a death yet. Oh, that one just stopped moving. There's no audio either, you can't hear it. I think we encountered another little audio. Ooh, there's another clicker. There's 2 more left. There's one all the way down there. But I think we have another audio bug here because after I killed that last clicker, we are no longer hearing them. which, you know, as nice as that is for your psyche. Wow, look at that little fungusy thing. It's like eating his trash can. It doesn't help as far as situational awareness goes, because it would be nice to know where they're at. See, what you're talking about right now, Flanagan, is exactly what I'm afraid is going to happen. Like, things have been going too smoothly today. But I gotta say, it was honestly very, very cool just watching the systems interplay. Yeah, that's a silent clicker. Be able to throw the brick and then watch the soldiers run into the clickers. And then to watch the clickers chase them, and then eventually just watch them pick them off one by one until there was none left. Like, it was just a very neat play of systems. Alright, there's at least one clicker left. We're not going to say there's only one, there's at least one. And he is of the silent variety as well. So I have noticed, of the audio bugs I've encountered thus far in the game, they always seem to be related to clickers. Because there was once where, there's another fungus man. One encounter right outside the synagogue where the audio just like kept playing clicker sounds. Like, there were two clickers, I'd killed one, but like just the generic clicker noise kept playing even though there was only one clicker left. And once I killed the last one, then all the audio cut off. And now this is the second clicker encounter, and this time there just is no more clicker audio, which actually is probably the more dangerous of the two scenarios. And this clicker seems to be making a little bit of a circle here. Let's see if we can get this guy. Do your little roar. Silent roar. I wonder if we'll hear us splashing in the water, though. That's an honest concern, I guess. And I'm curious if the music will ramp up when this clicker spots us. Now, if he follows his patrol, he should come over here and yell down that corridor, and I'll be able to get behind him. Got him. If they were mute humans, I don't know. That is something that I feel like someone could write a dissertation about.
We shouldn't hang out here for too long.
Look at that. That's 200. I feel like we're getting some slowdown in the gameplay here, just with the spores and the lighting. I mean, this is really cool as far as the particles and stuff are concerned, but I definitely feel like I'm dropping, like, I'm not dropping frames. And it sounds like there's a lot more clicker action going on. But the game definitely seems to be chugging a little slower. Well, there's definitely some audio. I don't know if you can hear it on your end or not, but it sounds like there are just like distant clickers roaring. Whether it's a continuation of the bug or not, I'm not sure.
Dina.
Okay, move it!
Oh god, where did they come from?
Shit. Come on. Let's go. Yeah.
Wow, there are
Are you okay?
3 more?
Yeah. Thanks. Babe,
We could have took him out.
I'm really tired.
We could have took him out.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I mean, Dina, I know you're tired, but I don't really feel like right now... Oh, it's a generator. Right now is the best time to rest. Wow, this subway train, like, collapsed. Well, I think we left the encounter behind us. There may be more soldiers. That's one potential way out. Ooh, we have another dead guy. There may be more soldiers that we're going to encounter along the way. Well, we traveled quite a bit in the subway, so maybe...
This way's blocked.
Jewels. What if the backside just said Vern? That'd be fantastic. Jules, I hope you made it out and find this. The two of us got into a minor dust-up with some clickers, but we're still in one piece. Hold up here for the night to lick our wounds. The long-dead body of a man watched over us, a gruesome reminder of why we're doing this. This infection, it really was a warning. Better to live off the land than remain in this rotting mess. Zachary says if we keep heading north, we'll hit the Seraphite encampment in the next couple days. He calls it Haven, and they built it all themselves. Hearing him talk about it, it was hard not to get inspired, even optimistic. I pray for your safety. I hate to think of what Isaac will do if his goons catch you. I'll be holding my breath, waiting for a sign that you're okay. Gray. So Seraphites, Scars, I'd wonder if they're the same organization, or if the Seraphites are what's left of the Fireflies, and maybe there's a third faction here. I mean, we have a lot of moving pieces, and this is trying to piece it all together, I guess. It is getting
Maybe through
interesting,
here?
though. Yes, Dina, it is through there. But it was worth reading about Jules.
Did you hear what they kept calling us? Scars. I wonder if that's who made all those murals. And gutted all those wolves. Everyone in this city's a fucking psycho. No shit.
Oh, is there a way out down the freeway or not? Ooh, maybe we're going under.
There's an opening down here.
Under the tracks. Oh no.
Fuck.
I mean, spores mean that this area is pretty long gone to the virus, so there's probably going to be a lot of clickers. But, I mean, the WLF built their base, one of their headquarters, the TV station, on top of the subway tram. You would think they would have cleared it out. Because the fact that they're sending patrols down here, and this isn't that off the beaten path if the patrols are actually coming down here on their hunt for us. So that tells me that, like, they weren't that far removed from the clicker threat. There's somebody. That's probably the soldier we heard crying. Man, I wonder if they turn in, like, I imagine that's how the infection works, but it'd be cool if, like, the soldiers that were killed by the clickers would turn into, like, runners or something within the game span. Yeah, that person had a gas mask on
Jesus.
and everything.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Bloaters have acid spores. But that didn't sound like a bloater.
Oh. So this isn't a clicker, this is something
Whatever the
different.
fuck they're fighting, we should let them kill each other. Agreed.
Bloaters have acid spores. I don't remember what a bloater was. It must be from the first game. Going back to the revolver. We have a ton of ammo for it. Oh, we have a 6th hunting rifle round, so that's clearly not maximum capacity yet. But yeah, this guy's like smoking or sizzling. And look at his skin. And hair is all burnt off. This may be something new. Good point. The solution of turning them against themselves. But it would have made for a very interesting combat encounter. I mean, I doubt I would have survived, but it would have made for an interesting one. Alright, we have a ladder to go up. As much as I want to say I wish, or I hope, that we don't encounter whatever it is that took out that soldier, you know that is exactly what is going to happen. And the thing is, we are like... Okay, we could get down there.
Got another ladder across there.
Okay.
Okay. How do we get to it?
Well, we have a hose.
Gotta be some way over there.
I mean, we're running out of time for today. We're getting down to the wire here. And I feel like we're just knee-deep in some sort of plot evolution. We got a workbench, so this is potentially like a temporary station. I'm not going through there. And I did remark about how I wanted to increase capacity. You run into a bloater in the first game in the high school. Okay. I don't actually recall that. Maybe I'll have to... Well, one, I should probably replay the first game. Because I never did the DLC for it either. I have 36 bits. I actually don't have enough. You can increase capacity, capacity, and no capacity for this. Oh, it's a revolver. That makes sense. You get like a new chamber, I guess. But I don't have enough bits for anything. Well, that dashed my hopes. I found a number of workbenches now, and there's been no bits. Where in the first part of the game, I had tons of bits. And, no workbench. Ooh, there are a lot of paths, and I'm pretty sure this is... Oh no, this is back on this side. This is back where I was. Can I throw it? I mean, maybe we can be like Batman in the animated series and just throw it over there and it'll just like hook. Huh. What do we want to do with this? The puzzle begins. I do want to get over to that ladder. Maybe we could throw it over top of that air conditioning duct. Look at her gathering that rope. That was actually pretty neat. She doesn't wind it up as if she was an audio person, but it works for what it needs to do. And now
That'll do.
we could swing. Good thing this air conditioning duct is good and strong. Here we go.
Ladder's broken.
Yeah, that doesn't go
Damn it.
anywhere. So much for that. But we do have a door. You figuring it out, Dina? And a vent. Of course there's a vent. Who doesn't want to climb in vents when you're in spore-ridden, zombie-infected sewers? And if that doesn't look like an area where something absolutely terrifying is going to happen, I don't know what is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about 12:30. This is going to have to be where we pause it for the day. What lies within this vent? What horrors await us? We will have to find out tomorrow. Whew. Let's put a manual save here. The tunnels. Woo! All right. So, a lot of progress. Quitter. Sticking to the schedule, my friend. Sticking to the schedule. It's about 12:30. Yeah, that was engaging. That was actually went surprisingly well too. I'm gonna jinx it for tomorrow's stream apparently, but we made it through 2 pretty intense combat encounters with 0 retries. And so even on the hardest difficulty, we're getting better. And as you noted, Flanagan, in that first combat encounter, I got those 2 shots, and they landed on that guy with the shotgun. That was part luck, but maybe part I'm actually getting better at the game. So we'll see. A little bit deeper in the subway. I mean, I'm looking forward to, but I'm also not looking forward to whatever is going to be in there, because whatever killed that soldier is definitely waiting for us. So, no additions to the bucket today. We are still sitting at $16.75, going toward the United Way of Central Ohio. We are back tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing for an hour and a half. This was your first lunch. What does that mean? Oh, this was your lunch. I gotcha. Not your first lunch. I don't know where the word first came from. This was your lunch break. Well, awesome. Yeah, I don't know where the word first came from. The monitor is a little far away from me, so maybe it's hard for me to read. But either way, we'll be back tomorrow at 11, and we'll be streaming live the rest of this week through Thursday. So we have tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday, of course. If you miss anything, feel free to catch it up on the YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, either subscribe and follow me here on Quarters Without Borders on Twitch, because it does help unlock cool new features on our way to kind of growing the channel. And if you get the chance, check out the YouTube channel. Same thing, Quarters Without Borders, no spaces. It should pop up. We have everything from last week up there. I hope to get the stream from Saturday up sometime today. It might even be tomorrow. We'll see. There's quite a bit of footage to work through. But subscribe to that channel as well, because it's a good way to catch up on things if you happen to miss stuff. And we'll be getting the rest of the videos up starting tomorrow on YouTube. So tomorrow starting at 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. We're starting the week off right. We have, at least here in Columbus, I think it's just sunny and like really, really hot the rest of the week. So stay cool. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So I will see you tomorrow.